if you pick the wrong career and you can't fix it? I think many of us have thought like this. I certainly have thought like this. And I reflect on, man, what did I get myself into? And I can't change because, I'm stereotyped, I'm typecast in this. One thing so first of all, I can give you examples of people doing amazing things. I bump into people. I go swimming, and at my local pool, I just met somebody that 72 years old, was a computer programmer for 40 years and learning how to become a lifeguard. And if that alone is not motivation, right, for you to understand nobody's too old at any moment to just change, to find something else. And I know you're thinking those are very different careers, very different things. One makes a whole bunch of money, the other one doesn't. Yeah, that is true, right? But at the same time, I want you to reflect on that there are people out there that are saying, I'm not over. I'm not done. Life is short. So what do you do in that circumstance when you think that you're in the wrong career and you can't fix it? And I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to honestly tell you this. You know, uh, my friend, I I reflect on this, and I think like this maybe once every other day or once a day. I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? I didn't sign up for this. This is not what I was thinking about. And for me, right, the way that I move past this is I say, screw it, right? And I want you to really reflect on what I'm actually saying. I'm getting you to stop thinking about these careers, these categories that we typecast ourselves into as very fixed and functional and static traits. And that's what we often think about when we're doing these things. And we think our lives are very, very fixed, right? That there's these boundaries that we have that we can't move them around. We can't do, right? In our heads, we're thinking, well, I can only do this or I can only do that. This is the way I'm supposed to be. This is how I'm supposed to act. This is all of the things I should be doing, right? And first of all, you had no idea what you're getting yourself into. Nobody ever does. I think like there is this, I've heard this several times, right? Like you just didn't do your homework. I'm like, F you, right? Like nobody does their homework. Nobody understands what the hell they're doing. It's like, dude, do you think that people get into a marriage and get into a divorce because they didn't do their homework? Like, no, that's not how life works. You figure it out as you go. Things change. Everything evolves. There is no static moments, right? And I want you to really reflect on that things are constantly changing. So first of all, it's like release as much as you can of all of that frustration, anxiety, feelings that you have that you made a poor choice, right? And the only way that you do that is you forgive yourself, right? You take a pause and you think, I'm okay. At this moment, at any given moment, I'm okay. And if people want to judge me for who I am and what I'm actually doing, F you. Like, screw you. You're not going to be supportive anyways, right? And you walk forward and you stop thinking about like these people are going to be supportive. There's a lot of people in your life that are never going to be supportive. They're people that are very close to you and very close to you, right? And you have to be willing to, in your head, you don't have to be mean, right? You don't have to be impolite, but you have to create that boundary in your head where you say F you. And it might be everybody in your head, right? Like that's how you manage the day, right? And you get this visceral feeling of, and I do get like that, right? I get this visceral feeling of like, okay, no, it's me against the world, right? And you build that boundary. You say, screw you to the rest of the world, right? That's the first thing. And the second thing I think what we have to really realize is that these boundaries that we have in our head are so made up. Like they're such BS, right? And if you start looking at the world around you and you start saying, wait a minute, I could do whatever the hell I want, right? So there's something I really want to do, right? And that's the first thing that you're gonna understand is you're not gonna know what the hell you want to do, right? Like you're just gonna say, oh, this sucks. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Figure it out, right? Figure it out what you want to do and start pursuing it, right? And it'll look ugly. You will feel stupid. All of those things. Do you think like I was I thought it was very cool when I saw the 72-year-old man out there doing the lifeguard training, and I was like, "That's awesome," because everybody's looking down on this poor guy, right? When you go back to school when you're in your 50s, everybody's thinking, "Oh, this person flaked out. They're an idiot. They didn't do what they were supposed to do earlier. Look at them." Like, what world are you living on to say that, right? And of course, those people are feeling that when they're going through this. And I want you to take a step back and say, you know what? I am doing friggin' awesome at this given moment. And I'm going to step forward and I'm going to do my thing, right? And I'm going to try these things where I think I might actually like, right? Like maybe you love watching figure skating. I don't know. You're in your 30s. You love watching figure skating, right? Go try it. When you realize it's a real skill, it's really difficult to actually do. And maybe you try it at night. You do figure skating, you do it for an hour every single night, and you start to really, really like it. Well, then if you start liking it, devote more time to it, become more passionate about what you're actually doing. Spend all of your waking hours thinking about figure skating. Then after that, you might think, I am too old to go to the Olympics. Yeah, you know what? You probably are at that moment, right? Like I'm going to be very on, like just you're not going to do it. But that doesn't mean you can't create your own league that is for figure skaters that are over the age of 40 at that moment, where there's people actually doing figure skating at the age of 40. And you just make it up. You find a couple of other friends that are doing this. And who knows, if you have enough gumption and you keep doing this, you might create the world's first figure skating league. One of the most innovative things I've seen in probably the last 10 years in a category like this is the Savannah Bananas, right? Here is a sport. And I do have to I live in the South, so I bump into a lot of people that are very purists about baseball. And they're like, "Oh, this is not a real sport." It's not meant to be. Right? Baseball was dying. Who the hell watches baseball anymore? Right? Like it's a dying sport. And here at the Savannah Bananas, this little dinky town. I don't know if you've ever been to Savannah. It's not that big. It's a cute town, southern town. It's got all of the crap that's part of being in a southern town. But it's cute, it's tiny. And here is this team that started acting stupid and silly and being goofy. And they're old men, old fat men, right? Like they're not sporty at all. And now they're selling out football stadiums, right? Do I think that this has staying power? Absolutely, if they actually figure out how to do this. And they're probably going to actually rival the Major League Baseball. And they probably, if they do a good enough job, they might overtake it, right? I want you to really think about these moments of you are just typecasting, stereotype. You're creating these boundaries in your head of things that you can't possibly do. Come on, start figuring it out. Do it. Right? Like me, I wanted to build a software platform. I had no idea how to actually do this thing to build the reciprocity platform. Never did it. It's not something I knew about programming, all that kind of stuff. I don't have time for any of this. I don't even have time to do this. Instead of listening to music on the way in, and there was a great song that was playing, and I was really enthusiastic about it, I turned it off, and I had this talk with you in the car because I know it's important. And I know that there's other people out there that need to hear it. I'm just saying, if you think that you're stuck in what you're doing and you made a mistake, you're thinking about it all wrong. You got to learn how to say screw you to the rest of the world, start doing your thing. And yes, you know what? If you start doing things similar to what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to be pissed off. But do I matter? No. What matters is you. You got to get out and do your thing and do all of the things that you're really excited about. And if you have an inkling, first of all, if people are judging you, get that visceral feeling in your chest of like, screw you. Second of all, figure out what the hell you want to do, right? Like, there's no point in lamenting if you're not going to do anything and you don't know what the hell you're going to do. Third of all, get out there, start doing it in your free time, start mucking around, start pretending, muddle through, do what it takes, figure it out. Stop whining, get out there and actually do it. Take care. Have a wonderful day.